Yes, people, I hope you're having fun. That was a song by Sean 101 Luzuko featuring Nobantu Vilakazi and Murumba Peach. We're about to talk to the one and only Phumi Maduna.
We are Black Culture Radio. We are Black Culture Radio. We are Black Culture Radio.
VCR.
Masiyekelelwa nguwe sophalala njengamanzi
Masiyekelelwa nguwe sophalala njengamanzi
Sikhokhele wedlamini Sikhokhele wedlamini woza wenduna shayitafula nduna akasulwa luthu Jesu akasulwa lutho ndenzelwa ndikusebenzele ndisesemhlabeni namhla silale emahhovisi sibuke emahhovisi.
This song is an epic journey, I can promise you that. We're still trying to get Phumi Maduna back on the line. This is one of her songs alongside We Are Madpro, a song called Sikhokhele. Hello, Mom Phumi. Phumi, are you there? Phumi Maduna, are you there?
I'm here.
Yes.
I was just saying thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, I'm happy to have you back on the line. Are you having load shedding?
Yeah, I'm having load shedding. That's why the net so bad. You know, when there's load shedding, then the reception doesn't. It's not friendly with us.
I hear you.
Yeah, but I'm here.
Now it's a lovely time to have you. We are playing a song here in the background for our Black Culture Radio listener. A song called Sikhokhele. Please tell us more about this song, Sikhokhele.
Hey, tight corner. Sikhokhele.
Yeah.
You know, it's some kind of, you see, when workers, or rather, let's say we artists, we need to be paid, eh?
Yes.
And our induna or director is doing us well, or rather is delaying with payments. The story relates to that kind of issue when workers are boycotting and they need to be paid. Sikhokhele in Zulu means pay us.
Okay.
So that's what the song is all about. Yes.
So this song relates very well to the Workers' Day, which we've just celebrated a couple of days ago.
Yes, it's very relevant to the Workers' Day. We just came from the Workers' Day on the 1st of May, which was the Workers' Day. Yes, the song relates to that, eh?
No, we love that.
Yeah, good timing, eh?
Yes, perfect timing, perfect timing.
Yeah.
Please
For
tell
the song, yes.
Please tell our listener who is Phumi Maduna, and like where does she come from? How long has her story been playing out with music? Who is Phumi Maduna, and where do you come from?
Phumi Maduna is just a girl from Soweto.
All right.
Phumi Maduna is a girl from Soweto. You know, your girl from next door. I'm just a simple person. I love people. I love my fans. I love to be happy. Okay, I come from Orlando East. Orlando East is a location. We call it Cassis here in Johannesburg.
Hola.
Yeah, from Orlando East. Orlando East comes from Soweto. Soweto meaning southwestern townships.
Southwestern
townships. Yes, that's where I come from. You know, I was born and bred in Orlando East. Yeah, it's one of the ships that are very famous.
A very famous township.
You know how famous is Soweto is.
Yes.
That's come from. Yes.
And tell me, how was it growing up in Soweto? I'm sure during your days the apartheid regime was still either at its end or it was still rife. How was it being a young person growing up in Soweto in those years?
If I can tell you, when I was growing up in Soweto, apartheid was still rife, yes. We were still living under apartheid, and I was one of ladies who was throwing stones. Yes,
I can just imagine.
I was one of because 76 I was a scholar. I think I was doing my Form 3, which was called JC that time. So I was one of the girls who was only throwing stones to these police and these what were these called, by the way, is Amapuisa.
So the hippos. Is it the hippos?
A hippo. Yes, hippos. Thank you.
Yes.
So I've tasted the what is it called? The thing that they used to puff us with. What is it called? The tear gas.
Oh, the tear gas.
I've tasted tear gas from the police, and we would go. You know, after tear gas, we would just run under and pour your whole face with water.
My God.
So that it's born. So I'm that girl. That's why I'm saying I'm from Soweto. You know, I've experienced those things. Our brothers, elder brothers, would be taken by police. 4 a.m., 3 a.m. They would knock at our homes and kick the doors.
Wow.
You know, and take our brothers and send them to jail, and they would put into solitary confinement. You know, I've been there. I've been there. I was in that situation. It was bad. I don't want to lie. It was bad.
Wow, it is true. And South Africa has come such a long time from those days, and we appreciate the movement and the difference that we can see, because now you can move anywhere without fearing the police arresting you because of the color of your skin. Yes. Tell us, how did your journey with music start? Growing up from that type of active political background, how did you get involved in the arts and entertainment specifically?
I would say music is in me, Mojelo.
Yeah.
Music is in me. Reason being, I started at a very early age, because initially I started theater.
Okay.
I started with theater. Starting with theater. Well, back from school, when I was in boarding school, because I remember I used to board in Newcastle.
Okay.
And in a place, at a school as well, which was at Kwaceza. Kwaceza is in Vryheid. So now, why I'm saying music is in me, as small as I am, because I'm a very short person. I'm very short.
Yes.
So, yes, I'm very, well, they say dynamite comes from small packages. That's what I...
Yes,
yeah.
indeed.
So, yes. So now, that's why I'm saying I didn't choose music. Music chose me, because when I was at school, man, I would even lose concentration thinking about music. And at school, I was directing my elder brothers who were in higher classes than mine, than I was that time. Sometimes at school, we have this entertainment time. It used to happen on Saturdays.
Okay.
So, I used to mentor these guys who were in matric when I was still doing my Form 2, Form 3, I don't know. Well, I don't understand these grades. I don't know how they call it in grades, these days. But I was in Form 2 and Form 3, and I used to mentor and direct these big guys who were doing matric in my then school.
Okay.
Where I was schooling. So I say music chose me. So as short as I was, big guys I would direct them. If we do, you see, sometimes at school we were doing drama, you see, and singing. I would give them notes.
Okay.
I would correct them when they sing bum notes. Like I didn't go to school for music. I didn't go to a music school, Mina.
And I've read in your bio that you have also worked with the likes of Gibson Kent, who is one of South Africa's best playwrights, during your time doing theatre.
Yes, Gibson Kent and Seb Mangwane. Yes, Gibson Kent. Yes. That's what I'm saying. I said previously that I started with theatre actually. I started from Seb Mangwane. Seb Mangwane, the one who's now owning the Drakensberg Promotions with Sithole.
Oh, okay. He's the owner of Drakensberg Promotions.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, that's where I started. And then I went to Gibson Kent. Actually, Gibson Kent fetched me. That's why I'm saying music, and theatre chose me,
Okay.
I actually didn't go to Gibson Kent. Actually, when I tell you my story, there was a lady who was doing the part, that I was called for. I understand. Yeah, I understand that she rehearsed that part for 8 months and she couldn't crack it. So Gibson Kent decided to call me.
Okay.
And I was fetched by a guy called Vusi Dibakwane. I think you know Vusi Dibakwane. He's a director. Also, he directs some films on TV.
I know Vusi Dibakwane.
Yeah,
yes.
just that I can't remember the exact films that he's directing. That's the guy who fetched me at home, and he found me doing my washing there. He said, come, let's go and rehearse. I'm like, Gibson Kent and me, no, I can't. He said, yeah, I know you're versatile. Come, let's go, lift that washing, man, let's go. And that's when I started to join Gibson Kent. When I reached the hall there where we're rehearsing, boom, there's Brenda Fassie.
Oh, is that where you met Brenda Fassie?
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm listening.
Yes, is that where you met the legendary Brenda Fassie?
That's actually where we first met with Brenda Fassie there by Gibson Kente. Before she became famous, before I became famous, we met there. We started with theater.
And how was your life?
So yeah.
How was your life like then?
Come again?
How was your life like those times while you were in theater, preparing yourself to be the superstars which you later became?
Man, me and Brenda Fassie, hey, we were, you know what? I can say God knew what he was doing with us, because we were even the superstars of the so-called stage play that we were in, because the stage play was called Hungry Spoon. I'd rather lick my hungry spoon.
Hungry Spoon.
So why I'm saying we were superstars of the show, Brenda was my little sister in the show.
All right.
You know? So, yes?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yes, Brenda was my little sister in the show. And we used to, because it was a musical play, yeah?
Okay.
So there were songs that we were doing together, like sort of a duet we were doing with Brenda in most of the songs in the musical play. So I tell you, Mojelo, we would get standing ovations when we sing those songs. You know, that was showing now. From there, it just showed that me and Brenda, we are the future superstars, because we were so small. Brenda was also small, very short. We were very short, but I was older than her. So we would get a standing ovation always when we sang with Brenda in that musical play. Wow. Man, all the places we were touring, we would get standing ovation. So that's why I say music chose me. I didn't choose music.
And how did things change? How did things change for you and Brenda from a point where you were working in theater, working together with Gibson Kent, to a point where now you have your own music and you're performing your own music all across the world?
Yeah, my own what?
Your own music. Like, how did it come from the theater time to where now you had your own recorded music? Because you and Brenda became bigger as time went on from that time.
Yeah. Well, she got fame before me. Okay. But I think a year before, and then the following year I joined as well. I followed suit as a superstar of those 80s era in those 80s era.
And how was it
what
like?
Happened? What happened when we left Gibson Kente? Brenda stayed at my place, I think, for 2 years with my mother. Brenda's mother brought her to my mother. Okay. And she asked my mother to please take care of my daughter. She's still young, you know. With open arms, my mother said, she's welcome. She's my child as well. So we stayed at my home with Brenda Fassie in Orlando East for 2 years. As a big sister, I used to take care of her. And the naughtiness, Brenda was just born with the naughtiness. Brenda was very naughty.
Oh, right.
So, so I acted a big sister before she became a superstar. And then we were in a band called Mushrooms Amakowa in Zulu in Orlando East, where we rehearsed and we gained experience, more and more experience when we were doing that show with when we did shows with that band from Orlando East. I remember when we did a show in Nelspruit, we were with Neville Nash. Okay. And we did a show with Neville Nash back in the years.
That must have been amazing.
We wowed fans there before even we got fame, before even we got recognized, me and Brenda. That's how we started. Wow. Yeah, but then she was taken away from me when Konoili Bone came and picked her up. When you remember the group Joy, where there was Malebu, Togom, Glozie, and Felicia Marriott. Yes. You remember Joy?
I remember Joy pretty well.
Paradise Road. You remember that song?
I remember. That's a classic, South African classic, that is.
Yes. So, yeah, they first her when Annelien Malebu went for her maternal leave.
Okay.
Maternity leave, so I want to say. Yeah, so she joined them and then she got lost from my eyes.
Okay.
You know? After some few, I don't know whether a year when she was with Joy, then she joined Blondie and the Family. Remember Blondie?
I remember Blondie McKenna.
Family?
Yeah, she used to work with his brother Papa. Yes.
Yeah, she joined that group. And then from there, I just had a song playing in Philippines, in Texas. I'm your weekend special.
Weekend special.
I'm like, this is Brenda's voice.
Wow.
Hey. You know what? I cried because I was like, she's just a little girl. How can she beat me? Now she has a hit because the song was huge, eh?
It was huge.
The song was
classic, even today, yeah.
Yeah. So until one day, because I was with the Soul Brothers as well, remember?
Okay, and the Soul Brothers are a very amazing Maskandi group. What was the sound? What was the sound they were doing?
Yes.
What do we call it soul music?
No, it's Mpakanga.
It's Mpakanga. Yes.
It's Mpakanga.
That is the correct
name. The Soul Brothers music is Mpakanga.
Thank you very much.
But I was not doing the Mpakanga when I was with them. I was just curtain raising for them.
Okay.
Doing all those Millie Jackson songs. Who's this woman who was singing with is it Lionel Richie? My Endless Love.
Oh, I see that song. Yes, My Endless Love.
Yeah, I was doing that song as well. I was just a curtain raiser, let me say.
Okay.
For them before they entered the stage for their repertoire.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not that I was singing Pakanga as well. No. So now I'm still following the story of me and Brenda. So we met at the Civic Theatre in Durban, where there was a big show, and Brenda was now huge. She was big.
Okay.
And then we met there again. And then what happened in that show? It was the Soul Brothers show. Brenda, Blondie, PJ Powers. Who else? Can't remember very well. And then PJ Powers was stuck somewhere. She couldn't reach on time. She couldn't get to the show on time. And now there was still those Radio Zulu DJs. The what's this one called? What? Hey, I can't remember the name. It's long, man. Lindy Wentuli, I think, was Radio Zulu.
Okay.
When it was still Radio Zulu.
Yes.
Before it was Ukhozi.
Ukhozi.
So, we met again in that show. And then, man, I was requested to go on stage and sing. Ooh, was I shaking, Mojelo? Was I shaking? I'm like, all these superstars. I mean, Brenda is here and she's now a superstar. What am I going to do? What am I going to sing there? I was shaking and I had no choice because for me to cover for PJ Powers who was stuck where man, I had to go on that stage and sing. The Soul Brothers talked to me and they bribed me. Please, my baby, sing. Please, I was a baby then. My baby, please. And I had no choice. I had to. To my surprise.
And how did it turn out?
Those radio DJs for Radio Zulu that time. After my performance, while I was on stage when we were singing Endless Love with the guy I was singing with, Brenda was so crazy. Brenda jumped on stage. Brenda threw me with my bag, said, "My friend." I'm like,
she was excited.
I don't know my stories. I'm like, I'm dizzy. I'm like, what are you talking about, Wena? What are you doing? I'm like, yeah. Don't make a mockery out of me. What did I say? He said, yo. So, man, that's when we met for the second time with Brenda. She was so crazy about me. The radio DJs were so crazy. And they were saying to the Soul Brothers, record this woman.
Yes.
Record this lady, Then when we came back home, I don't know, some guy called Lawrence Machiza. She was a bass guy. I think do you know Lawrence Machiza?
Lawrence Machiza?
Yes. He's the one who discovered me.
Okay.
And now Lawrence yes, he's the one who discovered me, and then he told Madoda Manotana, my partner now with Chick to Chick.
Okay.
He was directed by Lawrence Machiza to me.
Oh.
That day, I think Madoda was looking for a lady who can sing his songs, you know. And then Lawrence Machiza directed Madoda to me and said, yo, there's a lady, I saw that lady singing. She's a curtain raiser for the Soul Brothers. Hey, that lady can sing. Hey, if you can get that lady, I think your dream can come true.
And this
then
is what
Madoda
led to
looking for me.
Okay. This is what led to the start of Chick to Chick.
Yeah, that was the beginning of Chick to Chick, the birth of Chick to Chick. Yes, he found me when I was doing a session with the late Margaret Mcingana. You know, I was doing a session with Margaret Mcingana, with Stella Kumalo and Mandy Sadlanga. That's where my daughter found me when there was a studio called Satbell those years.
Okay.
Satbell Studios. He got me there and he saw me and he like, can I talk to you? And we talked, and the rest is history, man. And Chick to Chick was born, and we talked. We started rehearsing. Now there's so good, so nice.
Yeah,
and then
I love that song.
Chick to Chick was born, and man, look, hey man, you know what?
You toured the world as well. What are some of the places? What are some of the places that you remember that you had been to?
Come again?
What are some of the places that you remember? Places that you had been to?
Places that
you had toured during the time with Chick to Chick.
Or during the heydays of Chick to Chick?
Yes.
Hey, a lot of places. Mojelo, a lot of places, you know. You know, sometimes when this thing starts, you feel you can jump out of your skin because of happiness. Because sometimes you don't believe who you are, hey? I would tour Botswana, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Lesotho, a lot of places. I just remember one instance when I was in Namibia.
Yes.
Yo. You know, Mojelo, you know when you get into a venue and it's so full to capacity that the walls are sweating. Do you know that type of a capacity, that type of a crowd?
That's a full crowd.
The walls are sweating.
Full house.
And now, here we are. We have traveled. Remember, Namibia is so far from Johannesburg. I think it take 2 days.
It is far.
And it was cold, I remember. So we had to even turn on the heater in the car sometimes because it was cold. When I reached Namibia on my first show, my voice was gone.
Oh my gosh.
My voice was gone, and yes, the people there were like, oh my God. You see, when you have your fans loving you, that they even cry when they see you.
Were they crying when they saw you?
You don't want to know. I was,
And how did you feel? How did you feel?
You know what happened? There's a guy who was helping me there. I can say he was our stage manager. So that guy she put a blanket on me, around me, said, no, don't worry, my sister. Your voice will be okay, don't worry. You know what? He said to me, listen to me, listen, don't worry. These guys love you so much. You know, when you get into the stage, what you do? Just tell them straight that you don't have a voice.
Wow.
Due to traveling. Namibia is far.
It's far.
You lost your voice and it's cold. Just tell them. Just be straight. Just be straight with them. these people love you so much. I'm like, really? I can't. He said, do that.
Wow.
With that hoarse voice of yours, talk to your audience.
And you talk to your audience.
They love you. Yes.
Phumi, due to time, I've got a couple of more questions for you before we go to the last song that we're going to play, which is a very important song that speaks about gender-based violence and how it affects women and our society in general. Yes. Okay. I have few more questions for you. Just one more. How was your time from now working with Chick to Chick to, in a short summary, to working with Lucky Dube, who was the king of reggae in Africa? How did that happen?
Hey, with Chick to Chick, I really enjoyed my days, Mojelo.
Okay.
I really enjoyed my days. Yeah, because Chick to Chick was huge, eh? It's still big. It's still big even now.
Yes.
So you can imagine,
songs.
you know, when you get to a show and you get people like, I don't know how many, like 10,000 people queuing to buy tickets for you, and you ask yourself, is it me? Unbelievable. They came to watch me, and you are the only one who's going to perform there, you know. So those were the days that I thanked my God so much, that God, really, did you talent me with such? Did you give me such a gift? You know, because with me, I would get people in the audience when I sing would just throw monies to me. I remember there's one guy, you know, it's unbelievable. There was a guy who threw 1,000 rand onto me when I was singing.
And this was a lot of money then.
Then, can you imagine? Then, that was a lot. I was rich. I was like, hey, you know. So man, much unbelievable it was, but I used to thank God a lot, and my family was so happy, because before my family was against what I was doing. They didn't want it. My mother was fighting me every day. My brothers were fighting me every day. This job of yours is useless. You can't go to school. Now, when I became so big, they were like, hey,
surprise.
And I was like, this is God. It's God. It's not
amazing.
me. It's God.
A miracle.
And then why I'm saying I enjoyed those times, because even when I joined Lucky, do you know that it's Lucky who approached me? It's Lucky himself.
Okay.
Yes. It's Lucky himself who approached me. In which sense, Lucky was my biggest fan. Lucky was my number one fan, and I didn't know that.
Okay.
I didn't know that, you know. Only when he sent one of the band members, Jabu Sbumbe, to come and fetch me. Well, apparently Jabu was my pinch, so to say.
Okay.
Jabu was my buddy. So so he knew where I stayed, and he said, "You want Phumi?" Said, yeah, I know those guys had a split, and it's not that I'm celebrating that they split, but I'm so happy that maybe this is the chance I might get Phumi to come and help me in this reggae, and give me that voice. Give me that voice that I need.
Okay.
From the backup singers, please go and fetch that woman. Ne?
Okay.
And Jabu said, no problem. I know where she stays. I'll fetch her. So he fetched me, and I was like, I only learned that Lucky is my biggest fan when I got there, because the way Lucky jumped on me,
he was excited to see
his rehearsals. I was his biggest fan as well.
Oh my
I'm like,
gosh.
this guy, how can he jump on me when he's got such big hits?
And
this guy is a mega star.
And this is how this is how you got involved in reggae music.
This is how I got involved in reggae music. And then, when I reached his rehearsal, we started rehearsing. Yes, he told me that I'm your biggest fan. I told him I'm your biggest fan. He's saying,
wow.
We are one.
Wow.
Yeah, so the feeling is mutual. So it started, then we started rehearsing, and so I was like, guys, how am I going to sing reggae? How is reggae sung? Hey, yeah. Jabu said, hey, you must adapt.
Yes.
Just adapt
Yes.
and get into this thing, and
And you did it.
well, we started rehearsing, and boom, like he was happy, like he was
Wow.
like, wow. It's like we started rehearsing with you 3 months ago. I'm like, really? So that's how it all started, and we toured globally with Lucky, and I got so inspired by this reggae music, and that's how I started reggae.
Wow.
And I love
Mampumi,
reggae. So
we
I
only
remember-
have 10 minutes left, and I still got just one more question. I heard that you currently having a project that's also a reggae rhythm project. It's a compilation working with women in reggae movement. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, women in reggae.
Yeah, while we're talking about
Women in
reggae music, please tell us a little bit more about that. Just in 2 minutes, before we go to the next song, which is our last song, called Nyamemeza.
Okay. No, yeah. Well, I am the engine of this women in reggae movement. In which sense, apparently, I'm the first woman who started singing this reggae music in South Africa.
Wow.
Women. Yeah. Reggae was male dominated in South Africa.
Yes.
So I'm the woman who got so bold and said, come on, man, I can do this genre. Why not? So I started when we came back from the USA tour with Lucky. We got into studio. As a result, he was my first reggae album was produced and written by the man himself, Lucky Dube and Richard Soloma.
Wow.
So that's when I started my reggae journey.
Okay.
So being bold as I am, on and on, I kept on and on, and I became popular in Africa, overseas. I started touring on my own because I left Lucky on the way, and he knew that I'm a solo artist.
Okay.
He didn't mind, and he's the one who put me into this reggae
Into the
music,
reggae.
So I started touring,
Wow.
and I started seeing these women as well in outside countries. So, and the idea just came into my mind that why not? Let me start this women in reggae movement.
Okay.
And, other women who do reggae, apparently I'm their mentor, I'm their inspiration. I didn't know that. I only knew that when I started this movement last year, when they all the 28 women just decided to ride on the rhythm. When I introduced that anyone who can ride, here's the Maduna rhythm. And to my surprise, Supreme, I was loved by so many women, throughout the African continent and globally.
Wow.
So, that's how it started. I was like, hey, am I so loved? I was called the queen of reggae. I'm like, wow, God is so amazing. So I am the engine of the women in reggae movement.
I hear that you will be having a Maduna love rhythm. Is it what the rhythm is called? That will also be coming out soon.
Yes. This year now I've done the Maduna love, following the concept that I started last year. It's women are riding on it as we speak.
Wow.
They are in studios in their own countries. I've got women from Fiji Islands. I've got women from Netherlands. I've got women from Sweden who are riding on the rhythm.
Amazing. And I hear you'll be also touring Fiji Islands in November sometime this year for a tour.
Yes. Actually, I'll be touring Australia in October.
Okay, Australia in October.
Australia in October, Fiji Islands in November.
Yes.
And December, I'll be doing Papua New Guinea, that is PNG.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah. But even here at home, I'll be doing, I think in August, Women's Month.
Okay.
I'll be doing
your birthday's around that
time. Some shows with the women, with the very women who are writing on Maduna Love. I'll be doing some gigs with them.
Beautiful.
Right here in Johannesburg, Durban, Cape Town. Yeah,
wow.
by God willing.
That would be lovely.
It's just a plan, God willing.
It's gonna happen. Let it happen and let you manifest it. We have a little time left, but only time to speak about the song which we also have in the playlist. It's called Ngiyamemeza. It's also talking about gender-based violence. Am I right?
Yes, definitely.
Yes, tell us a bit more about this song before we go into the last part where we play the song. We're about to close the show, actually. We're at the end of the show time.
Of the show.
Yes.
Wow, great. I did this song when this song came to me when after the I don't know whether it was the 7 girls who were brutally killed. Remember? Yeah, but it's just that I can't remember their names well now. I knew them that time. Never mind. Yeah, but those girls who were brutally killed. There was one who was hanged in Dobsonville, remember?
Yes.
It was, man. Yeah, the other one was shot by her boyfriend. So when I heard these stories, because I think 7 girls concurrently were killed by their boyfriends or their men, rather. So this song just came, So this song just talks about the gender-based violence. It talks about men killing women or beating women and children, of course, because, well, though there are even, to be honest, there are even men
who are abused by women.
By women, I know. Yeah, but it's just that the thing that is so rife is the men abusing women
and children.
So and of course I'm a woman. I will fight for women, of course.
That's great.
So I did this song due to those incidents that happened to those women. All
right.
I was so sad when I did this song. I was so sad.
We're gonna play. We're going to play the song right after this. Is there some people that you'd like to just send shout-outs to and also let the listener know how can they find you on social media and online?
Sending a shout-out to my manager in Australia, Adi Vasiseva Ratunane.
Shout-out, Adi.
Sending a shout out to my team, Maduna Productions. I won't name them.
Shout out to the team.
Sending a shout out to my daughter and my grandson. Sending a shout out to my fans all around the world. All around the world.
Yes.
So they can follow me. They can follow me on Facebook, Phumi Maduna, straight up Phumi Maduna, and there's this. There is this women in reggae movement page. They can follow that page. A lot of pages they can follow on Instagram. Maduna Productions page is there.
Okay.
I mean on Instagram. When they start punching Maduna on Facebook, every platform will just automatically come up.
All right.
Then they can follow.
Great stuff. Thanks for being on the show. Phumi Maduna, it's been lovely to hear you share some of the stories from your journey. It's a very inspirational story. We're going to play the song Ngiyamemeza by Phumi Maduna and Metro.
Thank you, man. And don't forget, I love piano.
Yes. Yes.
Look, I'm a musician.
Yes.
I love piano so much. That is why I even have it on my stable.
I'm happy you do. And this is why we have you right here on the Piano Kapital. And thanks as one of our elders and seniors passing through to give us blessings and share your story.
Amen, man. Amen. Thanks to the Piano Kapital. Thanks to the directors, whoever is managing that radio station. Thanks for having me.
Black Culture Radio.
Thank you too much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Nah, it's a blessing. We wish you all the best for all your endeavors. Do enjoy the rest of your night. And we're sorry about the load shedding that's been taking place.
Amen. At least, we managed.
We managed.
That's the important part. Yes. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Love
Bye-bye.
I love everybody all around the world. Thank you so much.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye. That was the voice of Phumi Maduna. Yes, talking to us live from Johannesburg. She's one of the ladies in South Africa who has really supported the music industry and given us some amazing music, from the original disco dance-like music when she was with Chick to Chick, to the mbaqanga, to the reggae, and now on some amazing Amapiano music. This is a song about gender-based violence. We don't condone or support that. A song by Phumi Maduna and Madpro. A song called Ngiyamemeza. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. My name is DJ Mojelo, and this is the Piano Kapital right here on Black Culture Radio. This is a song called Ngiyamemeza.